really excited to introduce our next speaker. And I must say, it is simple for us now to join JCI, and what better opportunity to join JCI than now when we've got the international president of the Junior Chamber International. Help me, ladies and gentlemen, with a thunderous round of applause, which will be shown by gestures of the clapping hands. Our guest speaker for tonight, the 2020 JCI President International, Itai Manyere. Mr. President, the stage is yours.
1 2 1 2 1 2. You can hear me,
yes,
right?
Testing. 1 2
Thank
testing.
You very
we
much.
Can hear you.
Thank you very much, Tatienda, for the amazing work that you're doing so far, as you are moderating and facilitating this session. I'm not so sure if I'm well qualified to speak at this point before the author himself speaks, but because of technology, we lost him a little bit, and we hope that he can join us anytime from now. Allow me, for starters, to just acknowledge speakers that have spoken before me. Andrew, thank you very much for your words in season. They call you DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster, in Toastmaster circles, and you're doing amazing things in your corporation and in Toastmasters at large. Thank you very much for that. A man that I also have a lot of respect for, Lungani. I respect him for the young people that go through his hands all the time, every year, making sure that they're awake to their civic duties and how they can also add their voice to the direction of present day society and influence the future. And I think this is a very proud moment for you today, Lungani, when you see one of your own that came through your hands doing such amazing works and being a go-getter and a trendsetter like Mubu Delorne Mubu has done today. Thank you very much for the work that you do. Next is my brother, Dr. X, a friend and a brother. Thank you very much, Doc, for your presentation this evening. And the work that we've also been able to do together in the journey as young active citizens being young people that are out to influence their tomorrow, young people that are out to impact greater society in a small way, but that one that can actually outlive us when we've walked off the face of this earth. So thank you very much to the speakers that have come before me. And most importantly, Delorne, for the work that he's put in this book. A young man that I met in 2018, and from the first time that I interacted with him, he's always shown me the hunger to succeed, the hunger to move on, to be better than yesterday at any point in time. And that is the man that we have today. And today he's put together a book that he's worked on over the past 2 years, an amazing piece, I must say, and one that he wrote straight from the heart. I could feel his emotions. I could feel him speak in that book when I had a chance to read it. And I just believe that the best is yet to come as far as Delorne is concerned on this journey and beyond. But for starters, you know, we are in this period of lockdown and COVID happening. Allow me just to perhaps pay condolences to those that might have lost their loved ones because of this virus that was delivered to us in 2019, but has locked down the whole world in 2020 and has forced us to be Zoom masters, as it were, or Microsoft Team masters, as it were, and many other tools that we have started to use. I pay my condolences to those that have lost their loved ones, who have been affected. Some have lost jobs, some have lost livelihoods, some have had their businesses shrink, and some are not even operating at this point in time. It is my greatest hope that we can, as a people, reach out to each other and support each other and be those that can put into action this people to people that we talk about and the relationships that we talk about to be able to help each other out in this time of crisis. Some are having it worse than you are. So I just would like to put that out there. And just as I was preparing to speak for the next few minutes on this book and the title and the trust that this book has, it got me thinking about the importance of relationships. It just awakened my thoughts to the importance of the need for us to connect as a people. For starters, for us to just appreciate that before anything else, we are a part of the human race. And as such, we should see each other as such and not discriminate each other because of race, because of tribe, because of our background, because of even perhaps misunderstandings of people that came before us. But be a people that can see each other face to face as a people, and we can hold hands together and move forward. I often have heard how people talk about other races or other religions are more progressive because they tap into the human capital that they have. And everyone says, this business is run because it's run by a person of X color. But these ones are more progressive because they unite together. And therein comes a call and a cry to say, we can be a better people only if we put our hands together and network together and tap into the capacities that we have. When we're in business, are we that comfortable to give business to each other? Are we able to relate together as a people in order for us to lift each other up in present day society? And it's a challenge to everyone for us to do that. It also gives me to start also even thinking about the common term that's thrown around, the spirit of Ubuntu, where people even talk about how Ubuntu ngabantu, where we say, I am because you are. When I start to think of issues to do with even camaraderie, where you give someone support because they are one of your own. It's some of those things that we have lost over time, and that is important for us to move forward as a people to support each other in whatever we do. Where I also believe, where I come from, no person is their own maker. There is always a support structure around you or behind you or working behind the scenes for you to move from point A to point B. And therein lies the importance of relationships and friendships. We see how people have come out today to speak a lot about Mubu, and everyone has been able to come into his life at a certain point in his life, and he has seen the value that is there by being in some form of relationship with those people. And some have come in to be mentors, some have come in to be friends, some have come in to learn from him, to seek, to get inspiration. And therein lies, and with such people around you, we can only become a better people. So I can never, ever downplay the importance of us being a people that support each other wherever we are. There have been statements thrown around like your network is your net worth. Who is it? They normally say, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. That's in line with what Dr. X spoke about. But at the same time, your network gives you an idea of how far or how near you can go. So tapping into networks is very important. And most importantly, not networks where you say, I can get, but I've seen the strength of networks thriving when you go in and say, how can I be of service to you? How can I help you out? And when that happens, someone is more comfortable in building a more sustainable relationship with you in the future and beyond. So I believe this book is a book in season. It's a book that is relevant for us as a people here in Zimbabwe, where we say we need each other. Number one, to turn around the fortunes of our country. Number two, to just move from point A to point B and progress as a people. We need each other more than ever before, without necessarily looking at our backgrounds to say, okay, you've got money or you don't have money or anything like that. But for starters, just that we're just a people. We are Zimbabwean first before anything else. So I believe this is a book that's come out at the right time. And I congratulate Delorne on this book. I believe in his capabilities. He's young man that from the first time that I met him, I said, this young man will go very far. We've had so many different conversations with Delorne. Some that I may not necessarily have the time to talk about today, but at every point in time, you just watch in awe and you say, wow. And I will be there to watch him rise to the highest level that he can ever dream of. They say the sky is not the limit. I'll say to Delorne, there is no sky. Just rise as if there is no sky, because even on top of the clouds, they saw footprints. So the world is your oyster. It's there, it's out there for your taking. And I wish you all the best. And as you launch your book today, I say, I hope every young person can have this in their hands and appreciate the importance of relationships on their way up, and also because even when you come down, you need those relationships. Congratulations, Delorne, and I wish you all the best. And thank you very much for having me here this evening. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes, yes. How better could I have ended it than remember, you need people on your way up and you might need them on your way down. Thank you very much, Mr. President. That was a profound presentation that moved me in ways beyond words. And it really spoke to me when you mentioned the issue of the essence of networking, which is a core of uniting people, uniting a people, and it culminated in the Ubuntu concept. Ubuntu ngabantu. That was brilliant, and I think that's the essence also of people to people. It is about people and how they network together. And I love when you mentioned, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. Wow. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of shifting of friendships over the weekend and coming up, because it really spoke volumes as to also self-introspection and seeing where can I make changes, who am I hanging around, who am I playing with. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I think for all the people here present, what better gateway to getting into the Junior Chamber International than through the president himself. Thank you very much. And what I'm going to do, Mr. President, you're not yet off the hook. I just want you, but you're not giving a litany. I just want you in a minute to literally officially